Okay, so now let us read this first vow, 19th vow. Okay, if when actually, before I say this, okay, this vow talks about the type of person. Okay, this the falsely settled, and Shinra identified himself as one of the persons mentioned in this. Okay, when he was on Mount Hiei practicing Buddhism for 20 years. Okay, this is the type of person, okay, Shinran was. Okay, so the Shinran identified himself, okay, that the people who are mentioned here, okay, as one of the sentient beings mentioned here. If when attain Buddhahood, the sentient beings of the 10 quarters, awakening the mind of enlightenment, and actually body-mind, and cultivate virtues, should aspire with sincere mind and desire to be born in my land. And yet I should not appear before them at the moment of death, surrounded by a host of sages. May I not attain the supreme enlightenment. See, you see some type of people are mentioned here. Okay, and the people here awakened the bodhicitta. Okay, bodhicitta is the aspiration for becoming a Buddha. So here, see, these minuses and plus. Okay, bodhicitta is a wonderful kind of aspiration. Okay, this is awakened, and this is being nurtured. Okay, eventually, these are perfected. Okay, bodhicitta. It's a kind of seed. Okay, seed nurtured and grown, and eventually, see, this full-fledged Buddhahood. Okay, so see, attaining Buddha. This is the process. Okay, so the cultivate the virtues. See, virtues. Cultivate virtues means just practices. Okay, engaged in all kinds of practices, and aspire with sincere mind and desire to be born in my land. So I said that three minds are mentioned here. Okay, so here mind, sincere mind here, sincere mind, and desire to be born. It's this aspiration for birth. Okay, that's another second mind, and the mind that awakened bodhicitta. See, that's another. So three minds are mentioned here. So anyway, each vow has three minds, and later kind of Shinran compares the difference between these three minds. But that's another issue, so I don't get into further. But okay, here, with sincere mind, they cultivate virtues with a desire to be born in the Pure Land. Then, when they are about to die, Amida appears before them at their deathbeds and welcome to the Pure Land. So it talks about birth in Pure Land after death. Okay, that is and Shinran on Mount Hiei, and he took up all kinds of practices. See here, Shinran on Mount Hiei, as this vow mentioned. Okay, the practitioners here takes up all kinds of practices, just like that Shinran was performing all kinds of practices, such as keeping precepts, sitting meditation, visualization meditation, walking meditation, and even saying the name. Okay? As I mentioned, the Contemplation Sutra talks about the practice of saying the name. So in all these three stages, Nembutsu appear. Okay? But the Nembutsu appear in each stage, but the meaning of Nembutsu is different. Okay? So in that sense, we could say Shinran talks about three different types of Nembutsu too. See? Here, Nembutsu is practiced. Shinran was on Mount Hiei, and actually he was chanting Namandabutsu every day. Okay? He was in charge of the meditation hall, and the Amida statue was in the middle of the meditation hall, and the person who was in charge of this meditation hall, Amida Hall, okay, the person was chanting Namandabutsu every day. So Shinran was already chanting Namandabutsu before he met Hoden Shonin. But see, here, Nembutsu one of the many practices, okay, cultivating virtues, various many virtues, see, cultivating all kinds of practices. See, so the Nembutsu here is one of the many practices, okay. But here, exclusive practice of Nembutsu. See, one, and here Nembutsu. But here, it's, we will discuss this later. But now, if I talk about these differences between Nembutsu here, Nembutsu here means chanting practice. See? Chanting, say, vocalizing, saying name. That's the most important. Vocalizing it. See? See? But vocalizing or chanting is not important here. Nembutsu means hearing the meaning of Namami Dabutsu. See? Nembutsu here means hearing and understanding the meaning of Namu Ami Dabutsu. It's not a matter of practice, not a matter of repetition, not even vocalizing is important. Okay? If you insist, oh, it has to be vocalized, otherwise you cannot be saved, then are the mute people excluded? Mute or see, the people who cannot vocalize. See? If vocalization is a necessary part of this tradition, see, those who cannot pronounce, say words, cannot be saved. See, it's stupid to say, vocalization is a necessary part of the tradition. Okay, but here, see, doesn't matter. See, reading Braille is okay. Understanding the meaning of the Naman doubts, okay? It's a considerable difference here between, this is Jodoshu, okay? Jodoshu, you must say it as many times as possible. See? Naman, Naman, Naman. Shinran Shonin was here, there, but he moved. Rajya Sutra does not say anything about saying the name, okay? The Rajya Sutra, uniqueness of Rajya Sutra is hearing the name, see? We'll get to it, okay? But these two sutras, Contemplation Sutra, Amida Sutra, are always saying Namman Dabutsu, Nembutsu is saying, pronouncing the name, okay? Vocalizing name. See? But here, Shinran moved away from that kind of orientation, and Nembutsu is hearing, and it's not a matter of repeating, not the matter of how many times you say it, okay? See? One time you understand it. Meaning liberates us, okay? Otherwise it's mantra. Just if you're saying, nam, 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 nam. See? It's mysticism, okay? So there's lots of confusion between this. Many people confuse these two. People claim to be Jodo Shinshu followers, but they're understanding it this way. See? So it's so important. All Shinran's teachings come from Rajya Sutra. Okay? The teaching that is based on the Rajya Sutra is a true Buddhism. That's what Shinran Shonin wants to say. That's why he wrote Kyokyo Shinsho at the beginning of Kyokyo Shinsho. See? That true Buddhism is a Buddhism of the Rajya Sutra. Rajya Sutra is a true and real teaching. When he says true and real teaching, he's saying it's not the provisional Buddhism he's saying. Okay? And he said the Buddhism that is based upon the Contemplation Sutra and the Amida Sutra are provisional Buddhism. Okay? That's what Shinran Shonin wants to say. That's why he wrote Kyokyo Shinsho. Okay. Okay. Anyway, I shouldn't move away from original topic. But anyway, here, see, basic orientation is that he wanted to eliminate these blind passions, okay, blind passions, and become Buddha. So what is the basis of this, stage? See, basis is I spelled it here, self-power. Okay, Shinran Shonin is here, self-power. And this is other power there, but see, Shinran says self-power is the basis of the provisional Buddhism. See, then what is self-power? Okay, what is self-power? Some people say, oh, effort making is self-power. No, that's not self-power. See, self-power has something to do with thinking. Okay, thinking. Shinran says, hakarai gokoro. Hakarai gokoro is calculating mind. Okay, calculative way of thinking. That is called self-power. See, it's not like making efforts. Shinran made effort throughout his life. See, to the extent of grinding my bones to ashes, I should repay to the benevolence of my teachers. He made efforts to pay, repay for the benevolence. See, making efforts is neither bad or good. Sometimes bad. If purpose is bad, then effort making is bad. But if purpose is good, see, then the effort making is good. See, you cannot say self-power is effort. No. Buddhism doesn't talk about those things. Important thing is what is the basis? What is the thinking? Okay, what kind of thinking is the basis of the stage? So I simply stated, okay, this is a human wisdom. I think self-power means human wisdom. Okay, then what is human wisdom? Human wisdom is a dualistic wisdom. Actually, this is the wisdom we are using all the time. Actually, this is the only wisdom we know initially. See? This is the wisdom our school teachers taught us. This is the wisdom that our parents taught us. This is a common sense wisdom we are using. See? Discriminating things into good and evil, right and wrong, pure and impure, happy, unhappy. See? This is human wisdom, dualistic wisdom that we are using. Okay? So if I say this, you may be a little shocked, but see, the provisional Buddhism is a Buddhism that is based upon common sense way of thinking. See? Common sense way of thinking. In a sense, kind of ethical way of thinking. Good and evil, right and wrong, pure and impure. And it is on the basis of our discrimination of those things that we think about religions initially. See? Don't you think that blind passions are evil? Absence of blind passion is good. See? Absence of blind passion is called pure. See? Presence of the blind passion is called impurity. See? So the human wisdom. Okay? Human wisdom means that I know what is good and evil, what is pure and impure. See? And blind passion, these minuses of blind passions. I have so many blind passions. So long as I have blind passions, I cannot have peace. See? I cannot become Buddha. So I have to eliminate, increase this purity, absence of blind passion. Isn't that a common sense way of thinking about religion? Is that the way we are thinking about Buddhism initially? Shinran thought so. So he went on one way and tried so hard. That's called practices. See? So the interesting about human wisdom is that as soon as we use human wisdom, okay, we saw so many negatives in us. See? Don't you think? You think you are all right as you are? No. See, we see so many negative things, kind of so many shortcomings and the defective things in us. See, so as soon as we use our human wisdom, we feel unhappy with our present condition. See, we are not happy with our condition. So we kind of envision, kind of think about future goal, my good self, pure self. See, this is the kind of future goal. See, so dualistic way of thinking is always like that. As soon as we use human wisdom, so see, I should be better. I should improve myself to be a better person. See, I should go to a better place. This world is so impure, defective. So I should go to a purer place. See. So that's the nature of human wisdom. That's called self-power, I think. See? So as soon as we use human wisdom, unpleasant, unsatisfactory present, and wonderful future goal. Okay, then certainly there's something that bridges this gap. That's called practices. See, so the human wisdom. I think human wisdom and the practice or practices are twin brothers. See? As soon as you use human wisdom, you take up practices. See? So the basis of these two stages, see, that thinking is same. See, it's power, human wisdom. But I'm talking about this kind of last stage. But what Shinran wants to say is that so long as people are having human wisdom at the basis of Buddhism, that is provisional Buddhism. Until a person comes to appreciate Buddha's wisdom. See? Then what is Buddha's wisdom? Buddha's wisdom is the opposite of human wisdom. Human wisdom is the dualistic wisdom. Buddha's wisdom is called non-dualistic wisdom, the wisdom of oneness. If I say non-dualistic wisdom or wisdom of oneness, you have no idea what it is, because the dualistic wisdom, human wisdom, the only thing we know. See, our teachers, all parents taught only one type of wisdom. See, maybe some of you had the Buddha-like parents and gave you, non-dualistic wisdom, but certainly my parents didn't give it to me. So I was lost so many, years. But anyway, see. But I shouldn't talk about this stage so much. But see, I just talk about one aspect of this Buddha wisdom. Okay, Buddha wisdom is a wisdom that discovers meanings in both pluses and minuses. See, in human wisdom, you reject minuses, you hate minuses, and you just appreciate, see, the pluses. This is the nature of human wisdom. You reject evil, impurity. You love good and purity. You hate suffering, and you love happiness. See, but in Buddha's wisdom, Buddha is a person who can appreciate both pluses and minuses. He discovers meaning not only in pluses but also in minuses. See? That's called the non-discriminative wisdom. That's called the wisdom of oneness. Of course, we don't have it, but Shinran Shonin says, Nembutsu. See? Nembutsu is a calling voice from the Buddha, okay, or the Dharma. Meaning of Nembutsu is Namu Ami Dabutsu. Okay? Namu, he says, is an imperative sentence. He says, command, chokume. Namu, do Namu. That means take refuge, imperative sentence, with exclamation mark. Come to, or take refuge in. In what? Come to what? Amida Buddha. What's Amida Buddha? Shinran said, limitless light, limitless wisdom. That is Buddha's wisdom. Okay? If you really hear and understand Namu Amida Butsu alone, okay? If you really understand what the Buddha's wisdom is all about, see, you move here. See, it's not until you hear the Nammandabutsu calling voice, challenging voice, saying, take refuge in Buddha's wisdom, understand Buddha's wisdom. That's what Namu Amidabutsu means. Until you hear and understand it, you stay here. Maybe you enjoy chanting practice, or people enjoy practice. Nembutsu Samadhi, you get into. If you chant tens of thousands times in one day, so you certainly get into trance, or maybe coma. I don't know the differences, but they call it the Nembutsu Samadhi. Honen Shonin, even Honen Shonin entered Samadhi. chanting tens of thousands times a day. I think I will get into that samadhi too if I do that, like. I shouldn't be cynical about that, but see, Srila Shoji went through that process, and now he said, no, that's not what necessary. It's just one phrase, deep meaning. See, calling voice, understand it. Then, see, that's what this Rajya Sutra says. Just hearing and understanding name, meaning of Namamidabhasa alone could liberate you. Why does it liberate us? Because when we really understand Buddha's wisdom, we know the limitation of human wisdom. We know the mistake of being attached to human wisdom. First time, see, it is only when we hear the meaning of Namadabhasa, or understand Buddha's wisdom that we understand the mistake we have been making. See? Shinran called that Shinjin experience. Until that we have that kind of experience, we don't know. We don't know what self-power is. We talk about self-power here, but actually we don't know. See? Mistake of having self-power until we really see other power. Knowing the other power and knowing self-power are simultaneous. Okay? You cannot know it separately. See? Knowing the limitation, pettiness of human wisdom and knowing the greatness of Buddha's wisdom are simultaneous. Okay? See? We don't know. We are here desperately studying, and Shinran was this. He had no idea that was self-power based. He had no idea that his approach was human wisdom based. It is only when he had that deep meaning of Namandavats understood. See? There's something called Buddha's wisdom. He gained the insight. See? Actually, he met Honen Shonin. Honen Shonin was an embodiment of Buddha's wisdom, or seven patriarchs of embodiment. See? Hearing the name means, see, meeting these people. See? Then he really understood what he has been doing. So there's a tremendous amount of sange. Sange is a Japanese word, shame, okay, or confession. See? Without having shame and confession, we cannot talk about self-power and other power. See? Or human wisdom and Buddha's wisdom. Both are known simultaneously. Okay? We talk about, we have discussion session. Then, today's discussion, the topic is self-power and other power. Why don't we talk about it? See? That's not discussion. See? So, see? Like I said, see? Plus and minus, okay? Good, evil, okay? Good, evil, okay? Pure and impure, happy, unhappy, okay? There's dualistic wisdom. See? Other power, self-power, is a part of this deluded, human wisdom. See? The only self-power, other power we can talk about is within the context of this, see? Dualistic way of thinking. See? So initially we talk about Buddhism, but all kinds of things we are discussing and thinking are based upon human wisdom. So everything, see from the perspective of Shinran, we are all in the provisional Buddhism. See? But we don't know we are in the provisional Buddhism. We are not leaving the human wisdom even a step out of it. See? And here we are talking about, talk about other power, self-power. Or what else? We always talk about things, but the dualistic ideas. Yeah. But anyway, I shouldn't talk about this. But please remember, okay, Buddhism is a teaching about wisdom. Okay, nothing else. Okay? Nothing else. But what kind of wisdom is the basis of our Buddhism? Okay? That's the only issue, as far as Buddhism or as far as Shinran Shonin's teaching is concerned. Okay? Shinran Shonin's teaching is just Nembutsu alone. See? Nembutsu alone. Why does he say Nembutsu alone? Because crucial issue is only wisdom. But the unfortunate thing is that we don't know the limitation and the mistake of being attached to human wisdom. Okay. But anyway, I know this. I'm kind of going very slowly. But here, please remember this. Self-power. See, self-power means human dualistic wisdom. Okay. Now let's move to the second stage, the stage of the unsettled. Okay. And we are going to study the people who are described in the 20th vow. Okay. Shinran called them unsettled. Anyway, on Mount Hiei, Shinran found himself a failure in all practices and experienced a dead end. And having recognized the impossibility of eliminating his passions, he felt tremendous despair. But it was then that he met his teacher Honen, and Shinran was deeply moved by him. And Shinran's meeting with his teacher was the most important event in his life. Through his meeting, his kind of life was totally changed as a Buddhist. Okay, he was on Mount Hiei. Now he met Honen Shonin. He came down. Okay, from the kind of religious mountain. And after Shinran met Honen, he became a follower of the Jodoshu. Okay, Jodoshu. And the Jodoshu is commonly known as a tradition founded by Honen Shonin. Okay, Honen Shonin is a founder. Jodo school. There was a Jodo school in China. Okay? And usually we say Zendo. Shanta was the systematizer of the Chinese Pure Land. Okay? And in Japan, Honen Shonin, he kind of struggled many years on Mount Hiei, like Shinran Shonin. And Honen Shonin struggled longer than Shinran Shonin. Okay? It was like when Honen was 43. 43, he discovered in his reading the Zendo Daishi. See, Honen read the Zendo's writings and discovered the importance of Nembutsu. And since then, since he was 43, he became the Nembutsu follower. See, and he considered Zendo his teacher. See, Zendo, Honen's motto throughout his life was complete reliance on Honen. See, that was his motto. Henne means exclusive reliance. Henne, exclusive reliance on Zendo. Henne Zendo was his motto, Honen's motto. But anyway, so this Honen founded the Japanese Jodo school, okay? And Shinran became follower of that tradition. Okay? But anyway, this 20th vow, okay, that we are going to read, describe the nature of the Jodo school. Okay? If when I attain Buddhahood, page 2, okay? When I attain Buddhahood, the sentient beings of the 10 quarters, on hearing my name, okay, this is something new, okay? On hearing my name, should place their thoughts on my land, plant the root of all virtues. Shinran interprets this plant root of all virtues as say the name, and direct their virtues with sincere mind, desiring to be born in my land, and yet not ultimately attain it. May I not attain the supreme enlightenment. Okay, let me explain this. Okay, so the implication here is that these people mentioned in this vow have been failures in all their self-improvement practices, and they have realized that they are full of blind passions and cannot eliminate any one of them. See, now, initially, these people thought that they have some kind of good potential here, but now they realize these are all kind of illusions, and they thought they have only blind passions, no good potential in them. So total despair. Shinran felt the same way. Okay? So here, this sutra says, okay, these people meet a teacher who is saying the name. Okay? So hearing the name is mentioned here. Having heard the name, they awaken their desire to be born in the Pure Land. Okay? So they turn their attention to Amida Buddha, one Buddha, okay? One Buddha, and Pure Land, one Buddha land. Here, people are kind of worshipping all kinds of Buddhas, not one Buddha. Okay, all kinds of Pure Lands are taught. Pure Lands in 10 directions, Buddhas in 10 directions. But here, one Buddha, one Pure Land. That's what this sutra, 20th vow says. See, having heard the name, okay, my name, should place their thoughts on my land. See? So they think about, how nice it must be to be born in Pure Land. See here, plant the name, and direct their virtue with sincere mind, desiring to be born in my land. Okay, they desire to be born in the Pure Land. Okay, so that which is described in this vow happened to Shinran, okay, when he met his teacher Honen. When Shinran met his teacher, teacher was constantly saying Namandavats. See, Honen was saying Namandava all the time. Okay, so, and this the Nembutsu practice, Honen was doing Nembutsu practice, and Honen, see here, this picture, see, this is a Honen, see, Honen. Honen was embodying this, this is Dharma direction, and he was saying Namamidavatsu, Namendavatsu. So Shinran heard, this teacher saying Namandavatsu, heard. Then, actually, Honen will say, actually, in Jodoshu Honen told Shinran, you don't have to worry about you being a failure from the traditional practice. There's a special practice, specific practice that is designed for you. This is a Namandavatsu practice. See, Amida Buddha is so compassionate that he prepared this practice, see, saying the name practice specifically for people like you. So just say it, see, say it many times. Then your birth in Pure Land will be assured. You'll be born in Pure Land after death. Okay? That is the kind of teaching of the Jodoshu. See? And so Shinran believed that teaching, and he chanted the Namandavatsu thousands times a day. So even now, Jodoshu people constantly chant, chanting practice. It's understanding the meaning is not the important part of the practice. Okay, how many times you say it, that is very important. See? So anyway, it is a kind of practice. Okay, practice, and Shinran Shonin, we don't know how long he stayed in this, Jodoshi orientation. I think 3 or 4. Actually, Shinran Shonin studied under Honen Shonin for 5 years. Okay, 5 years. So I think initially, 2 or 3 years, he was in this orientation. But while he was, studying under Honen Shonin, after 3 or 4 years, he started to read the larger sutra and moved into this direction. Okay, but anyway, this 20th vow talks about the nature of the teaching taught in Jodo school. Okay, so then what is the basis? The basis of the tradition. Okay, so already said, okay, this is based upon this self-power and human wisdom. See, this person, see, that way of thinking isn't changed. See, I'm evil. See, I'm evil. I'm totally helpless. See, and the teacher is chanting Naman Davatsu. So if Nembutsu practice is good. See, good practice for evil person like me. See, good and evil. This is based upon human knowledge. So good practice. So hearing and Honen is doing this. I should do this. See, in order to be born in Pure Land after this. See, while I'm alive, loaded with nothing but these, see, blind passions. So while I am alive, see, I cannot hope to have kind of plus elements in me. See, but I can prepare myself for the wonderful life after death. See, Pure Land is this wonderful, all pluses after death, Pure Land. Okay, this is the impurity. So all these are based upon human. See, these way of thinking, same way as I said, in human wisdom. See, people love pluses and hate minuses. People cannot find any positive meanings in minuses. See, just want to get rid of minuses or run away from minus. See, wanted to run away from this defiled world. See, so but I can prepare myself for a wonderful world, good and pure world after that. See, it's like true life doesn't exist here. See, true life begins after we die. See, here, true bodhisattva practice cannot be realized. See, true bodhisattva practice begins only from here. See, here, so in this path of sages, here, see, bodhisattva practice, bodhicitta can be awakened, started from here. See, but here in Jodoshi orientation, no way you can have bodhisattva practice while you are alive. You are so defiled. See, so the only Nembutsu is pure. See, so if you use it, that could enable you to be born in the place. So in Jodoshu, okay, Jodoshu teaching, after you die and you are born in Pure Land, and you are placed in the stage called non-retrogression, or truly settled. See, you must die to be placed in that stage. See, stage of non-retrogression. This is the kind of first stage of bodhisattva. Okay, see, you attain the first stage of sometimes called the joy stage of joy. See, so in traditional, okay, in actually not the church, birth in Pure Land, okay, birth in Pure Land, attaining the stage of non-retrogression are synonymous. Okay, you cannot separate these because it is in Pure Land. See, Pure Land is a place where you have nice teachers, nice Dharma friends. See, you have nice dojo. See, 3 elements. See, Pure Land consists of 3 elements: land, dojo. Okay, land is dojo, place, and Amida is a teacher, okay, or teachers. Then bodhisattvas in Pure Land, Dharma friends. See, sangha. See, Pure Land means sangha, true sangha. See, isn't sangha consist of 3 things? See, Dharma, Buddha, and sangha, fellow seekers. See, but anyway, it's simply because Pure Land is such a wonderful environment with good teachers and Dharma friends. That's why we can be placed in the stage of non-retrogression. It is not self-power, but the power of the nice environment that keeps you going. You cannot help but study. See, that's why this birth in Pure Land is called the realization of the stage of non-retrogression. See, birth in Pure Land and attaining the stage of non-retrogression cannot be said. It's because you are in such a wonderful environment, receiving constant encouragement. See, people around you are so eager to listen and hear. It's contagious. See, something like that. So you cannot help but see, also hear and learn. That's why this is called the stage of non-retrogression. See, it's not because you are capable. See, it's not because you have lots of talent and ability that you get into that state. No. All these foolish people can be easily attain this stage of non-retrogression in Pure Land because of the power of the environment. Okay, so this cannot be separated. Okay, see, and I kind of go skip and go to this. Where does Shinran Shonin talk about attaining the stage of non-retrogression? Shinran says Shinjin moment. See? That Shinran Shonin says. And see? So the Shinjin attaining the stage of non-retrogression and the birth in Pure Land are all the synonyms, okay? You cannot separate, okay? You cannot separate non-retrogression stage from birth in Pure Land, okay? See? So that's why we always say Shinran Shonin attained, okay, the birth in Pure Land here and now, because he talks about attaining the stage of non-retrogression here and now. See? You cannot separate these two. See? Unless you are born into the Pure Land, you cannot attain the stage of non-retrogression. Okay? Because the power of the nice environment that you cannot help but to see. See? The stage of non-retrogression is a benefit given in the world of the Pure Land, okay? So here I'm kind of getting to kind of specific discussion. Some of you may not be familiar with these concepts and maybe a little confused, but some of the people here have been studying, and it's very important. And eventually I will get to that, But I'm kind of going ahead, and see. It's an important point, so let me, explain a little bit more of this issue, okay? So, there are two schools of thought in Jodo Shinshu. One school says Shinran talks about the birth in Pure Land here and now. Okay? The other school say, Shinran talked about birth in Pure Land after death. See? If you think about this, which is right? Shinran talks about attaining the stage of non-retrogression here and now. Does that mean he talks about birth in Pure Land here and now? See? Traditional people say, Shinran talked about the attainment of stage of non-retrogression here and now, but he talked about birth in Pure Land after death, they say. Isn't that strange? See? You cannot separate. Only those people who are born in Pure Land are given this stage. See? The stage of non-retrogression is a stage that is possible only in the Pure Land. See? As I said, because of the wonderful environment, you cannot help but seek and learn. Okay? But anyway, this is a very important point. And okay? So, but one more thing I have to say is that, this stage is called the stage of the unsettled. See? Unsettled means this is the stage of 100% self-power. This is the stage of 100% other power, okay? Because this is a basis, okay, human wisdom. But now, this is the Buddha's wisdom. This is the human wisdom. Opposite is the dharma, okay, this dharma. Actually, this is going against dharma, other power, okay, and human wisdom. Buddha's wisdom of oneness, okay? And it's all the same thing, Namandavats, see? Come to the dharma, come to the Buddha's wisdom, come to the Buddha's light and the life, okay? This is other power, see? So this stage is a mixture of both, okay? This person is meeting with a Nembutsu. Nembutsu is challenging this person to come this way. Forget about human wisdom. You are relying on him. See, take refuge in Buddha's wisdom. See, awaken to this, the meaning of the Buddha's wisdom. So this Shinran would say, Nembutsu is something meant to be heard. See, meant to be heard. But this person, okay, this person considers, this is a good practice, chanting practice. So Nembutsu is there for me to chant. See? So the Nembutsu is something to be, actually, Bao says, having heard the name. See? So this is the most important part of Shinran's teaching. Hearing the name alone, okay, alone is important. Okay, that's Shinran's teaching. But the person hears the name, but hearing the name alone is not good enough. So this person immediately grab at the Nembutsu practice. See, other power practice, something you cannot grab at it, but you grab at this other power, and make self-power practice out of it. See, Nembutsu itself is calling voice and the challenging voice, something challenging you. See, other power is challenging, but you catch it and use it for your own purpose. See, here, use it and use this. See, make a self-power practice out of other power Nembutsu. See, that's why this is the 50%. See, power of Nembutsu is here, and 50%. Of course, initially 80 or 90%, but in this stage, Shinran was gradually moving toward. See, but there's some kind of ambivalence. See, ambivalence. That's why this stage, the people here are called the unsettled. Unsettled means, see, unsettled, where these people are belonging to the self-power or other power. See, there are two elements. Other power, name Namandabutsu is other power. But see, this person's thinking is self-power. See, so actually self-power is stronger here. So the making, see, self-power practice out of something that belongs to other power. See? That's why, see? So this is just kind of mixture of both, see? Chance of appreciating Buddha's wisdom is there, see? Potential of appreciation, but self-power is so predominant, see? Person is, see, hearing has something to do with other power, okay? Receiving other power. But, see, thinking, dualistic thinking. So thinking, dualistic thinking and hearing, other power orientation, kind of mixed. See? Ambivalence here. So the Shinran quote. Shinran is reflecting on his life in these first years and Honen Shonin. I was like that. See? I was really kind of moving, to the other power direction, self-power direction. But mainly I was chanting. See? Nembutsu was a chanting practice. See? So Nembutsu was a practice, one of the many practices, this exclusive. But finally, I don't have time to talk about this today, but when Shinran read this text, Rajya Sutra, one section called Three Vow Fulfillment Statement, that statement, see, that's you find at the bottom of page 3. Okay, we don't have time to read it, but this is your another homework. Okay, you have a lot of homework, and so here, okay, when Shinran read this, see, Rajya Sutra, particularly that statement. See, that statement says, just hearing the name alone, nothing else. Just hearing and understanding the meaning of Namandabutsu alone, this person is perfectly liberated. Person has Shinjin, birth in Pure Land, so attaining the stage of non-reach. See? Realized. That's what Shinran. So here, okay, here, Nembutsu is a practice. And Shinran says, hearing the name is not a practice. Everybody can do it. No practical condition necessary. Okay? If you are lying on bed, see, you can do it. See? When you say practice, see, there must be some condition, physically capable, see, particularly here, tremendous, healthy condition is necessary. Even this, chanting thousands of times a day, it's you must have some kind of physical power too. See, but Shinran says Nembutsu here, hearing the name is not a practice open to public. Everybody can. See, doesn't matter good, you are good or evil. See, young or old. See, wise or foolish doesn't matter. See, healthy or sick. See, being able to hear. See, everybody can do it. See. That's what Shinran talks about. Okay. Anyway, today I wanted to go to the third stage, but I don't think I have time to get into it. But you can, I already kind of touched upon the third stage, and you can guess, see, what you will expect in the third stage. But anyway, this is such a wonderful schema, and Shinran Shonin, reflected upon his own life and carefully, explained, wonderful schema, I think. Self-criticism, okay? Self-criticism. Okay, any question? One or maybe two questions? No? Oh, dozo.
So it always confuses me. So Shinran respected Honen as his teacher all his life.
Yes,
right?
yes.
But he is saying different things about saying Nembutsu, because Honen said as many times as possible. But
yeah, that's a natural question you might have. And as I said, there are two Honens in Shinran's mind. Okay, initial Honen he understood when he's in the Jodoshi. So this, but Shinran Shonin never said, I created Jodo Shinshu. Okay? He always says Jodo Shinshu is a tradition started by Honen. Founder of Jodo Shinshu is Honen. Okay? I'm a follower of Jodo Shinshu. That position was very clear. Okay? And Shinran never said, I interpreted Honen's teaching in a different way. Okay? And Shinran, instead, he said, all the things I'm saying in Kyogyo Shinsho are given to me by Honen. See? See? Then many people said, how come? What Shinran says in Kyogyo Shinsho and what Honen says in his own writings are so different. How can Shinran say that his understandings are all coming from Honen? See? That is a kind of question. But he's so firm in saying, okay, I do not create mezurashiki ho. He said, I never create a new teaching. See, I'm a godaikan wo tsutomuru nomi, means I'm just agent. See, I didn't create any one teaching. I'm an agent. See, I'm just receiving something. Authority is there. They're receiving this, and see, that's the meaning of agent. Okay, agent that doesn't create anything. Doesn't have. So he always says, "I'm an agent." See, didn't create any new teaching. That position is so clear. So I think we must think this way. No, Shinran was one of the closest disciples of Shinran. Okay, and Honen. Had a very kind of some limited number of close disciples, and Shinran was one of them. So Shinran could ask all kinds of questions to him, and he could receive some questions from Honen that other people did not hear. See, I think that's possible, and Honen was not a good writer. See. Most of his Honen's writings are transcribed text. Okay, so Honen's teaching is kind of very simple. Okay, he was telling everybody, not just say Namandavats. They just say Namandavats. That was the message everybody was receiving. Okay, so people have the impression Honen was just talking about the importance of saying the name. See, but I'm sure Shinran heard from Honen that hearing is actually the most important thing. Certainly, Honen read these three sutras very carefully. Okay, Shinran is not the one who discovered. Honen is the one. Okay, Honen is the one who said triple sutras and one Shastra, one commentary. These four texts text as the basis of Jodoshu. No, he's a founder of the Jodoshu school. When he founded it, he declared this school is based upon triple sutras and one commentary called the Pure Land Treatise. Okay, 4 texts. So the Honen had commentaries on these triple sutras. Okay, so but Shinran, so this, as I still it's a kind of wonder or mystery. Shinran, what Shinran says in Kyogyo Shinsho is one thing, and what Honen says in his writings is another thing. See, but still Shinran claims, Shinran, all the ideas, his ideas come from Honen. See, so I think that the only possibility is that he heard these, teachings from Honen personally, and very few people could hear those teachings. But there's no doubt, in Shinran's mind, there are 2 Honens. See, one Honen is the founder of the Jodoshu as we know it. Okay, so actually, this Honen is a Honen as conceived by the other followers of Honen. Okay, this Honen is a Honen as conceived by Shinran. See, no, same teacher, but 10 disciples could interpret the same teacher different way. See, so that's why there are 10 branches in Jodo Shinshu, or 8 branches in Jodoshu tradition. See, so they always, branches, branches come out of the one founder. See, so yeah. Anyway, Honen was such a great teacher, and Shinran. Actually, in order to show the greatness of Shinran, Honen, Shinran wrote Kyogyo Shinsho. Kyogyo Shinsho. If you read the postscript of Kyogyo Shinsho, he talks talks only about Honen, postscript. And in the postscript of the Kyogyo Shinsho, he tells the people why he wrote Kyogyo Shinsho. And he says simply because that Honen's writing, main writing, such a wonderful text, see, one of the greatest Buddhist scripture, that he wants to show the greatness of it. That's why he's writing. So the whole Kyogyo Shinsho is designed to show the essence of Honen's teaching. Okay, let's finish here. Okay.